had to fake them off. They stood at the gate and waited till I got there, and I shut it, and they looked at me like, why'd you do that?
They get smarter.
They knew it wasn't you on the Ranger.
Yeah. They didn't know what to do.
With me coming on the Ranger, they're like, why is she here?
Yeah,
if it'd been you, they'd have run through.
If it'd been me, they'd have done busted right through because they would have kind of pre-anticipated what it was.
They already knew what you were doing, but they couldn't figure out what I was doing.
That's why with cows, you gotta kind of swap up every so often, these routines.
They're too smart. They're creatures of habit.
Whew. What I've done is, because we got such frigid weather and snow and ice and all that coming, I put it in amongst these trees right here to break the wind off of them. All right.
All these trees will help.
Yeah, these trees will help to break the wind off of them. And the sun's going to come right here on those sunny days. It's going to shine right in here on them, which should help with this frigid Arctic air. Let's hope so anyway.
No, you're not getting my fingers. No. So my onions and carrots look okay.
Yep, let's put these. We already have these from our other beds, so my thing is you use what you got. This is 3/8 rebar. This is PEX tubing. Fits over it perfectly.
And we'll come back before it gets too cold and throw some cover over it, huh? What you gonna use for cover?
We'll probably do like we did before. We'll just use our blankets and quilts and stuff. That'll
That bed's looking nice.
that bed'll be all right.
And my stuff did not die.
No, it actually didn't die. It
And
did
look,
good.
it's got little heads starting in there, the cauliflower. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So we're going to try and save it again. I only took the cover off the last day after it rained, and I didn't want it freezing.
Yeah,
so it didn't freeze.
I am going to take the bottom leaves off here, though, because they...
Yeah. The chickens will love it.
Yeah, the rabbits. I'll give them
Well, the rabbits, too.
Yeah,
I forget about them.
yeah, we got the rabbits. These leaves are outside, absolutely serve no purpose whatsoever.
These right here.
Yeah.
This one's under that.
Yeah, the rabbits will really enjoy
There's
these.
one right under there. It's bad. Darker.
One right here that's going to be outside, two of them actually. Because these leaves don't serve any purposes now.
Yeah.
We got the hay in the bed, so we're going to lay these out to the side.
But these are doing really well.
They're doing real good.
Last video, it looked like they might not make it, but look how perked up they are.
All right, I'm going to slide this down over that. And then slid it too far. Get it back up a little bit.
And we're going to bring covers over, and that will keep them off our plants, plus the centerpiece.
The centerpiece will help hold up anything that falls down in the middle. Because we're supposed to get some snow.
Supposed to. Let's hope not.
Well, I'd rather have snow than I had sleet and ice.
Yeah, because it melts faster.
It melts a whole lot faster. Yeah, and it doesn't get as cold, you know.
So we're going to see if we can save this and feed the rabbits.
And feed the rabbits at the same time. The head started right here. You see that head in that one?
This one's doing great. And we don't want to lose this because this is our only cauliflower. Well, we got some in the high tunnel.
But what we're going to do is put that pot back over this.
And
this
one's got a small one.
Yep, we got to cover it back up. We may have to put a blanket on top of them when we put the pot.
Yeah, but the pots will hold the blanket off my flowers and onions.
Y'all know the sound, you know the drill. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know y'all like them things.
Our Wabitats has done pretty good, hasn't they?
Yeah, they've held up fairly decent. Can't complain. The male one's the only one that's bad. That's because he pees all over everything.
She's waiting.
The females take a better care of theirs than the male does. Come on, sweetie. Come on, Hannah.
She don't want you to see her eating hardly.
Oh, she don't care. She's really a nice rabbit here. The other one's calmed down a lot.
Yeah, she ain't near as bad.
She ain't near as bad as she used to. Would attack you when you open the door, but she don't.
She knows you're feeding her now. She's started to get used to this green stuff.
Yeah. Now the old boy here.
He's waiting patiently.
He just waits patiently. He has been one of the best little male rabbits I think I've ever had as far as being a good little rabbit. He don't go after everything like the females do. Now he'll eventually eat it, but you know what his deal is. He'd rather have that store-bought food. Now he'll eat it.
He'll nibble on it every now and then.
But he ain't crazy about it like they are. And these here,
they go to town on theirs.
I just put it inside here for them now because they, come on, chick, 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 chick.
So overall, our chickens have their building to stay in, so they should be okay.
Oh, there's an egg. Just
You found one.
there. I try not to leave no eggs out here and it freezing at night because the eggs will freeze and bust. So every time I come up, I try to get them.
But our chickens have their building where
Yeah, they
they'll
have
be.
a place up under here. I got them a little nook stuck back up in here, away from the cold, so they can.
And then the rabbits are protected.
The rabbits are under the barn here. Now, not to say that don't get cold, because the north wind does come from this side over here, but there is a little bit of an opening here where the wind can come up under here, but it doesn't get as cold under here as it would if they were outside.
Yeah.
And then the metal is really close to the top of them right here, and when the sun comes out, that metal heats up and it puts some warmth on them. Now the male, I have a board here to keep any cool wind from, he can get over in the corner. The females, I have boxes over there for them to get in. This one here, she'd rather eat her box than she had anything else. I guess because it keeps their teeth, if you don't, their teeth will grow too long, so they gnaw on the wood to help wear their teeth down. Woo! The Arctic blast is here at last. It's cold. One sitting right there in front of you, still have one left. They all flew away when I walked up here. They're looking for something to eat.
Well, there's a bird feeder, like right over here. See? Where's that bird feeder? Right there's a bird feeder. Come on, dude.
Little red bird. He's not even scared of us.
No, but I've got a feeder. There's two of them. You guys, there's a feeder the other way. Now, we had it on that tree and y'all didn't like it.
Well, hello everybody. Ooh, look at that. Danny and Wanda back from Pecan Grove. Come on and take a little bit of a journey with us today, guys. A little bit into what our life has been like today. This is Monday. I'm sorry. This is Sunday. It is cold. The wind is blowing like crazy. We're trying to get everything ready because they're telling us we could get anywhere between 4 and 10 inches of snow in the deep south. So what we've done is, this is our our carrots and onions and stuff under this one. We put a blanket over it first, and then we come back and put some plastic over it, so if any snow gets on it, maybe it'll run off of it and not wet the blanket down on top of it. And then this one here, we put a real heavy quilt. This has all of our cauliflower on it. We put a heavy quilt over it, and then we come back and put a tarpaulin on top of it and weighted it down with blocks here. Tried to fold it in a way that if anything gets on it, it just runs off of it maybe. And we have the hoops under it, plus we have a piece of cattle panel ran through the middle of it here so that if it does mash down, I'm touching it right there. So hopefully it won't cave in on top of it and we'll lose everything because it gets wet and freezes it. We learned a valuable lesson last time on our trees here. So what we've done, we had a whole pile of this frost blanket stuff. We wrapped the trees in the frost blanket stuff, and then we come back and took these giant construction bags and put them down over it. And hopefully this time, if these sweat and get moisture in it and it freezes, it'll be against the frost blanket. It won't be actually against the trees themselves. Although I don't think it would hurt the trees. This one and that one is loaded with little fruit. And all we're trying to do is salvage the fruit. I mean, the one time we get a beautiful bloom and get the loquat loaded up, it has to literally, it's just cold, okay? It has to be one of the worst winters we've had since, I don't know, since I was maybe 3 years old. I mean,
no, I think the year after we married, that winter, we had
didn't get
ice.
No 10 inches of snow though.
No, but we had ice and we couldn't get out because of it.
We did have ice.
The ice was bad.
The ice was bad that year. We actually had it twice that year. So it's been a long time, and this just happened to be the year everything loaded up with fruit. So we got one more and one more there. All these are wrapped in agrifab and then the plastic bags over them. So hopefully we're gonna be able to salvage some of them. Okay, we harvested one of the cabbages this morning just so we can say we're gonna have some cabbage, okay? The rest of them here, we went back and we've covered them up. There's pots under this blanket here. I just trying to take a little extra precaution. We had an extra blanket. I throwed it over the top of it. There's cabbages under every one of these black containers, and I've got them on out here in the what little sunshine we're getting. We do have a blue sky today with no clouds, which means that tonight, if nothing happens, we will have what's called radiant cooling, which means what little heat we do get today will escape into the upper atmosphere and it will be really cold. So hopefully we can salvage out of these cabbages here some that we're gonna have something to eat on. Guys, we come from outside. It's like 40 degrees out there. The wind's blowing like 30 miles an hour. The wind chills is in the 20s. Look, if you come here and look what it is inside the typhoon. Look at that. Look at that temperature in this high tunnel. 80 degrees in here.
It's nice.
It is so nice. It feels so good in here. Oh my goodness.
But we are after food.
We came after something to eat. All right. This is actually the last big head in this bed here. Now the other ones are starting to put some small shoots on the sides. But this is the last, what I call the big head in this one. Look at that. No hollow spot. Look at that. Look at that.
Rabbit's gonna enjoy.
Rabbits will like that. Look at that.
And
Isn't
we're
that
gonna
nice?
enjoy. Woo!
Okay, this one here, we're gonna take. You know what? The stems has been so tender. I'm gonna cut them a little bit longer.
Yeah, well, I've been cooking the stems.
Yeah, lay that down. We'll take that to the rabbits in a little while. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? You can't get nothing in the grocery store like that. No hollow spot, so we have no boron deficiency.
And that's the last of this bed, except one on the end of each one.
One over there, yep.
That just hadn't done anything yet.
Look at this. Look at that.
And you're leaving these because...
I know they'll make neat little heads on them, but guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. My rabbits love green stuff to eat, and what I do, well, that wind is crazy.
It is.
Sounds like a hurricane happening out there. My rabbits, I pull up one a day, or one every 2 days, depending on however much they eat. Because I've got them a lot of hay in there right now because it's so cold, and they're eating a lot of the hay. They're eating, I took them some cabbage this morning, and if you know, as long as they have plenty to eat, I just pull these up and take them to them. And then like when we harvested this, see, I got all this to take to them. They have plenty to eat.
Our rabbits hardly eat feed.
They don't, I mean, I buy a 50-pound bag, what, once every 2 or 3 months?
Yeah.
I mean,
they love their green stuff.
They love all the stuff that we give them on the side, you know? I mean, so that's just the way it is. But this right here is what it's all about right there. This is January the 19th, and we're harvesting broccoli. And you know what? They might even, I don't know, do we have any peppers ready here? These ain't quite big enough, are they?
They're not big enough,
Not
but
big
look
enough,
at that.
but look at that. Isn't that pretty?
That one.
Look up under there.
That one. Little ones.
Man.
I mean, that is just unreal. Now this one, I don't know what happened to it.
Oh, there ain't no telling. It looks like it got messed up somehow or other.
The cold or the heat or...
I don't know what got a hold to it. But look at that big old mosquito trying to get you. He got in here where it was warm at.
Crazy.
That is kind of weird looking, ain't it? It's hard as a rock.
It's like it didn't pollinate and it turned hard. Maybe wanting to seed.
I'm fixing to bust it and see
Put the seeds in our bed, and if it comes
ain't
up...
no seeds in it. I think you hit the nail on the head.
It didn't pollinate.
It didn't pollinate. See there? Ain't no seeds in it.
Okay.
We'll throw it back in there.
And see, we got little green ones still, so...
I gotta take this off.
It's the 19th, so we'll see if we're gonna have... How many of these actually make it? One up there, and it even blooms, look.
Still blooming.
Our
I
lettuce.
think it's quite there yet.
It's curling up, but it's not. I mean, if we had to, we could eat it.
We could eat it.
Something's been eating that leaf. Look at there.
Oh, they have. Look at that.
We just have to see what's biting on my leaf. Look at this. Tell me we can't still grow peppers in January. Let's see if I can get these off.
It's so hot in here.
Look at this. Look at the blooms.
It's so hot in here. Look, baby, it's 80-something degrees in here, and it's like 20-degree heat index
Put a little bit,
outside.
yeah. That's my mint there I've got sitting in there.
We've got to get some water to them.
They're suffering.
They're suffering because of all this heat going on. I mean, I'm suffering in here.
Yeah, Danny's done shed a hat and stuff.
I done shed a hat. I'm sweating like a dog.
80 degrees and you're in a camouflage overalls.
Freaking 20-degree wind chill outside and 80 degrees in here.
Right there.
Still getting peppers?
Lots of peppers. Look at this. There's all kinds of bell peppers in here. These are small, but they're all hid in there. Look, right there. Right
These?
Right in there, some. Look at there. Just hanging. One of them's got a bad spot in it, but most of them. And then little, look at them in there.
Look at the little bitty ones in there.
And look, there's
over
another
here.
big one. Tell me, my pockets are full.
More of them?
Crazy? Look at here.
Oh yeah.
Look how pointed. We've never had one do the
Never had one
point.
do that.
That is odd.
That is kind of...
Look at the tomato. It's doing okay. It's starting to bloom, look.
Yeah. It's going to bloom, so I bump it around a little bit.
It won't be long.
We got to cover this thing up, leave it covered.
Yes, it's warm in here right now, but it's got to be covered.
It needs to be covered, though.
Look at the blooms. I'm just excited at over all the bloom stuff we got, even if it freezes everything. Just to see the blooms in January is amazing. And I still got flowers that are blooming.
Okay. I had to take my hat off in here. It's too hot in here. I mean, I'm
about to come out of my jacket.
I'm sitting there sweating with these coveralls on, gloves and all this kind of stuff. But we came in here and we had to do some harvesting. That's what I was telling you guys. We picked thousands of peppers. I mean, we got bell peppers, banana peppers,
and soon to be jalapenos.
Broccoli, soon to be jalapenos. I'm telling you.
And a lot of the purple ones, if it don't freeze them in the next day or two, they'll be ready.
They'll be ready, yeah.
If not, we'll harvest them and cut them up. If they about freeze, we
put them in the freezer anyway, so if they freeze, we'll just get them, put them in the freezer. Won't be nothing new.
But it's exciting to come in here in January, ain't it?
Yeah, especially when you've got temperatures like we have outside and the wind. I mean, I'm sure you can see these things. They sit here. I mean, that wind hits the side of this thing. Sounds like a hurricane going on out there. But anyway, I think we're there as far as having everything
All that we
done.
can do.
We've done all we can do to prepare for the weather that's coming. And it's in God's hands from this point forward. If we make it with our food. If we don't,
we start over.
Start over, you know. We've done the best we can do, and that's all he asks from us. Is just
and
do
most
the
of the time, we never do anything in the winter anyways.
Usually
so if we lose everything that we've gotten a head start on in here anyways,
yeah,
we don't usually have anything this time of the year growing other than maybe we've planted something in the ground.
A few
or
onions.
Something. Yeah.
Onions is about it.
And you're not harvesting those.
No, we're not harvesting them. I mean, good Lord. We've done the best we can do. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
we start over with tomatoes, peppers, whatever if we have to. The banana trees may freeze down, but they'll come back out with a vengeance.
Yeah, they'll come back out.
Mainly the cauliflower is the biggest thing that we're trying to save, and that's in this right here.
Those two things of lettuce right there, because we have the bacon, we have the lettuce, we just don't have a tomato. We have
tomatoes. I got little tiny tomatoes back there.
If they would make, Miss Wanda could have a BLT. You know?
I'm gonna have a BL.
You can have a BL, looks like.
I'm gonna have a BL.
We're not gonna buy no store-bought tomatoes. That's just we don't stoop that.
Oh, I know what I do.
What you do?
In the freezer, I slice some tomatoes.
You did.
Okay, BL's coming up. BLT is coming up.
Is coming up.
I found them. They're in the freezer. I sliced them just to have a sandwich.
Yep. So it is possible that Miss Wanda can have a BLT, and if she does, I want her to film it, show y'all that she has a BLT. This right here, I'm excited. You know.
See what happens to a possible snowstorm, ice storm, at least cold, freezing weathers.
I'm concerned about the roof of the high tunnel, you know, because I don't know how much it'll handle.
You did knock some of the stuff off.
I knocked some of it off, but it's blowing back on it fast as I knock it off. So I'm going to have to just wait, you know. And I guess if it snows, I'll come in and try to bump it and see if it'll slide off.
Yeah, with it being round, it'll probably slide easier.
Yeah, but it's got a shade cloth on it, and it may not.
That's true.
You know, if
it doesn't ice over.
As long as it don't ice, I think we'll be okay. But
and if anybody tries that, please make sure you're not doing a stick that'll poke a hole through your stuff.
Exactly.
You want something that won't poke a hole through. You just bump it with something flat.
I'm actually hoping that as warm as this high tunnel stays, that it won't stick when it hits it.
Yeah, it keeps falling.
It just keeps melting and running off. So anyway, guys, I got to get out of here. I am burning up. Thank you guys from Pecan Grove.